Hello, back to the channel. And today we'll be doing a week 0 recap and then predicting and talking about some picks for the non-Sunday or non-Saturday games. So Thursday and Friday for college football week 1. Wanted to kind of break it up into two little videos here because running out of some stuff to talk about before the season starts. But yeah, we went 2-1, up 1.45 units. We won a unit on the Kansas State under 49.5, which came down to the absolute wire, literally a milli-inch of the forearm being down. Kansas over 50.5 lost. Fresno State stinks. They're so bad. And then Hawaii minus 2.5 cashed. I mean, crazy finish in that game. The walk-on Japanese kicker that taught himself how to kick off of YouTube with the game-winning field goal for Hawaii to upset Stanford. Not upset, but I guess cover the spread against Stanford. Crazy stuff there to walk off to win by 3. Stanford's gonna be a really bad team this year. It's tough, but Mike Ondejo, the guy I was talking about, that kid's special. Anything else that happened? UNLV was in an absolute war against Idaho State, who took them to the wire. Game-winning touchdown by Alex Orji, rushing touchdown. He didn't play much, but that running back, Jatavion Thomas, I believe his name is, Jaden Thomas, excuse me, very good. Western Kentucky took care of business against Sam Houston. The over, I believe, cashed in that one. And yeah, that was it. Just 5 games. Yeah, Fresno State stinks. They scored early, and then that was it. E.J. Warner, one of the worst quarterbacks we've ever seen. Iowa State, Kansas State, huge win for Iowa State. Upset technically on the road. I guess again technically both teams on the road, but was it Chris Hansen? What's the kid's name? Carson Hansen. Him and Awusama did a really good job splitting time and carries in the midfield or in the backfield. End up having Carson super fresh for the end of the year, end of the game. He ended up really loading it up down the stretch, and he almost had that touchdown at the end of the game. They ended up taking knees, and that was it, a walk-off. It was a pretty sleepy game. It was 7-7 until very late in the third, and then ended up being 24-21, almost at over. It would have been heartbreaking for that to cash. But yeah, also another shout out to Micah. I think it's Micah Ford, I believe, right? Yeah, Micah Ford, first rushing touchdown for Stanford by running back in like 3 seasons. How is that a real stat? But very crazy stat there. But now we're going to look on to this week coming up. Boise State travels all the way across the country to South Florida to play in Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida, against the South Florida Bulls. They're a 5.5 point favorite. The over-under is 63.5. I kind of like USF here plus the 6.5. I just said 5.5, so USF plus the 5.5. I'm going to do a half unit there. That's a game I really do like. I'm actually going to write these down as I go so I know what I'm going to be looking at. USF plus 5.5, half unit. Then we have another good game in Ohio against Rutgers. The total is 49.5. Again, I like Ohio here, plus the 15. I think it's 15.5. Yeah, 15.5. Let's give you another half unit play. Parker Navarro, good kid. A lot of upset, a lot of against the spreads here. I'm taking it. We'll see how that all turns out. East Carolina, NC State, the next big game. This is going to be a crazy rivalry game. Everyone's typing up East Carolina to the point where I'm going to take the over in this one, over 61.5. Over 61.5, half unit again. Nothing crazy in terms of units for a bit. I like to kind of take it easy at the beginning of the year and see what's going on. Jacksonville State, UCF. I don't know what UCF even has this year. Jacksonville State obviously lost their coach and quarterback. Jackson Huff, the quarterback, he went to, I believe he actually enlisted in the Marines, funny enough. Not funny enough, but when you think about a quarterback, right, just kind of went to the Army, which is pretty cool. And then obviously Rich Rod went back to West Virginia. No play for me in that one. Wyoming, Akron. This is a very interesting game. Why is Wyoming playing in Akron, Ohio? Who knows? But 7-point favorite for Wyoming there, over under 48.5. Then we have Duke, Elon. Duke is a 34.5 point favorite, over under 47.5. I'm going to take Duke minus 34.5. I think they kill them here. This is a good flex spot for Duke. And it's just basically we need them to score all the points because I don't think Elon will score much with defensive-minded Manny Diaz there. Oklahoma State versus UT Martin. This is another interesting game. 23.5 points is the favorite by Oklahoma State, over under 55.5. No play for me in this one. The next two games I do have plays in. SF Austin against Houston. Houston 22.5 point favorite. I like the over 55.5 in this one. Nothing again. These are all half unit plays until I talk about the last few, which actually starts with this one here. Minnesota Buffalo. Give me Buffalo plus 17.5 half unit, and then over 44.5 for 1.5 units. I really like that over. I'm writing it down right now. Over 44.5, 1.5 units. And then Buffalo could probably honestly make that a teaser. You know, let's just do that. That'll be a lot easier. So Buffalo teaser. So that's over. It's what, 24.5? Yeah, plus 24.5. And then 45 minus 7. What is that? Geez. Maybe 37.5, right? Yeah. 37.5. What is that? 1.5 unit. And Buffalo 1.5 teaser is 1.5 units. Okay, so there you go. That's the one we're doing for there. It's easier, I guess, than just doing two separate plays there. And then another big game. We have actually 3 games in the night. I'll start with the bottom one that I'm not really going to be playing on. That is Stony Brook, San Diego State. San Diego State's a 18.5 point favorite, over under 53.5. No play for me here. And then the final two are 2 Big Ten games. Nebraska, Cincinnati. Nebraska minus 6.5. I like the under in that one at 54.5. So I'm going to take the Cincinnati under 54.5. That's going to be a 1 unit play there. And then Miami of Ohio against Wisconsin. I do like Miami of Ohio again. I'm taking all these spreads. Over under is 39.5. Let's take the over in that. You know what? That's what we'll do because I think they're going to score. So we're going to do Wisco over 39.5. I know they're going to go back to what they used to be, but we're definitely going to be thinking that they're scoring there. Friday night, Tarleton State travels to the Army. No play there. Western Michigan, Michigan State, over under 48.5. We're taking the over there. Michigan State, you know, everyone likes to make fun of them. Michigan State's going to start 3-0 this year. That's going to be a 1 unit play, by the way. They're going to see, and we're going to do another half unit, by the way, in the last game. Wisco over. Michigan State, people like to make fun of them. They're going to start 3-0. I think Michigan State will do their job, do what they need to do, and take care of business there. The Duke's Mayo Classic on Friday night. App State, Charlotte. No play there. App State's a touchdown favorite, over under 50.5. Kennesaw State, Wake Forest. Wake Forest, 17.5 point favorite, over under 51.5. Kind of like Kennesaw State in that one, but nothing for me to play there. Western Illinois is playing Illinois on Peacock, 45.5 point favorite. That's a lot of points for a team like Illinois. Over under 63.5. Again, a lot. Kansas plays Wagner Friday night. And then we get into a couple really interesting games. We'll leave the best 2 for last. Then we have UNLV, Sam Houston State. UNLV is a 10-point favorite, over under 62.5. I feel like everyone's going to take that over, and I am one of those people. UNLV over, or was that 62.5? I don't want to sound like my guy Rico here and just take a over that already hit the week before, but we're doing 1 unit on that one. And then Central Michigan travels out to San Jose State, over under 51.5. San Jose State, 11-point favorite. I don't really even know about San Jose State this year. They lost, obviously, Nick Nash, that crazy good receiver that was the best receiver in the country last year that got his award stolen by Travis Hunter. That's a whole different issue we'll talk about later. But the final 2 games are the most interesting ones of the weekend for me, for sure. They're both on at 8 p.m. because I hate how college football does their TV. Baylor is hosting Auburn at 8 p.m. on Fox. Auburn is a 2.5-point favorite, but guess what? Baylor is winning this game outright. Baylor plus 2.5. We'll take that for 1.5 units, second biggest play of the week. And then the last game down here, Georgia Tech, Colorado. It is battle of two awesome quarterbacks, Haynes King, and I believe it's Jamal Haynes, the running back and quarterback for Georgia Tech. And then Colorado's got Caden Salter and a few cool transfer receivers. Prime back at home. I want to take Colorado against the spread here so bad. I really do. They're going to be so public. We're going to take the over 52.5. And that will be the end of the plays. That's another 1.5 unit play. We are putting quite a few plays down. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plays on the first 2 days. A little crazy. But I'll have another video out shortly on Sunday's games. And I believe we have some on Saturday too, right? Oh, sorry, Saturday's games. And then we have 2 on Sunday and then 1 game on Monday. We have a standalone game at home, underdog at home. Underdog at home at North Carolina for Bill Belichick, which is going to be a crazy game. But we'll do that. I think the BCS podcast will be out. Oh, geez. I think we're going to record it tomorrow night, Wednesday night. So I think that'll be out soon. But as of now, that's what we have right now. We're up some units, 2-1 on the season so far. But yeah, let me know down below if you agree with these picks and ones you're taking. Let me know if you tail. And, I'm giving out these picks for free. So fade them or tail them, whatever you want to do. But just repay me with a like and subscribe. And hit that bell for the notify when you're getting all these videos coming out. So thank you again as always. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace.